Before I found the body positive, I had already been almost done with my bachelor's degree. I'd been at Cal State Long Beach for 2 years, and I was really, I would say, lonely there.
For most of my childhood and growing up, going to school, I got messages about how I should feel about my body, and a lot of them were negative messages.
Before the Body Positive series, I was not too confident. I was always scared of my choices or if I would be making the correct choice.
My main concern with myself is that I didn't like my voice. It put me into like a deep depression, and I would just, after that, for some reason I would just eat a lot, like compulsively, and on top of that, I just hated my body.
I had been in an abusive relationship a few years prior to that, and that abusive relationship had lasted for 5 years, all throughout high school. So it really took a toll on me, I would say, developmentally. At that time, it's already tough to be a teenager. You're really struggling with finding who you are, and to be with someone that, was putting me down and would talk negatively about my body, it changed the way I thought about myself a lot.
I didn't like myself, and I would treat myself really bad, even though it was only internally. Like, I never showed it to everybody else, or I never told anyone that I was not happy with myself, or I didn't think I was pretty enough. I didn't like certain stuff. Like, nobody knew about me, because I would just try to hide it.
I felt really safe in the Body Positive group because it was a weekly meeting. You start with a group of people that you're not so familiar with, and after each session you just become closer and closer to them.
I just never thought there was a group of people that would be so open. Angela was super open, like Christina, all the time, like every week. I just felt open, like I could be myself. And that's something, I didn't know what that meant, like, who am I? But by joining the group, I figured out who I was.
Learning about other people's struggles, it helped me understand that I'm not alone in my struggle. And so hearing their stories and seeing how similar some of those stories are to my own, it made me feel like I wasn't alone in this.
Being in the program for 8 weeks transformed my whole life. I mean, everything. It allowed me to have a new career path that I didn't even know how to get into at that point. It allowed me to have this whole new outlook and a different relationship with my mother and with my boyfriend and with myself. And it's just really been so powerful. I think if I had had it as a kid too, I would have made a lot of different decisions. I would have made decisions that were right for me, instead of thinking that I just should follow what everyone else was doing, or trying to please people a lot of the time. And I think even staying in that abusive relationship would have never happened, because the first time that I was abused, I would have known this is absolutely not right for me, and I would have had a much different experience growing up.
I've definitely changed since being part of Body Positive. I used to be so hard on myself and just so critical about everything I do in my daily life, how I dress up, how I put on makeup, and I was always comparing myself to others, and that really tore me down because I was never satisfied. So going through the Body Positive's programs, the competencies, it helped me break down those messages I was getting from outsiders and from myself, and try to understand it in a way that makes better sense for me and for my own happiness. So it really changed my outlook.
If it wasn't for the Body Positive, I don't think I would have like the drive or the initiative to like start a conversation or like talk to somebody. And I feel like it really changed me. After
The Body Positive group, with the help of the facilitators and everybody that was there, from all my other peers, they helped me. because the confidence was always there. It just needed to be nurtured and taken care of and be provided with the correct words of encouragement and not being too hard on myself. And whenever I felt that I couldn't do it or I wasn't feeling confident enough, they were always there. And they're still there when I need help. So throughout this Body Positive series, not only did I gain my confidence and self-love for myself, but I also got amazing guidance from them that is not only helping me right now, but will help my future. And that's like the best thing that I received from the Body Positive.
Today, my beauty is my voice.